We live. Jordan, today's
Here I am.
giveaway.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there
We're full
we
screen.
go. Pop in. Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sam Card Takeover. It is the Tuesday show where we take an awesome creator, somebody you guys have likely heard of, some of you follow. We digest how they make their money, where they are missing out, and where we, as e-commerce expertise, would build back into their business, take it over, and start making them more revenue. I am Scott Moran, the co-founder here at Samcard. With me, as always, is Jordan P. Anderson.
What is up? And folks, if this is the first time you're watching the Samcard Takeover, down below, type the word first. Because I think we've got some newcomers here. We got almost 50 people in the chat, in the stream right now.
Big time. Yeah.
I'm ready for this.
Man, these are picking up. Listen, I get why these are popular. These are popular streams because every time we roll one of these out, right, we get to, I think everyone gets a dose of reality about, like, listen, even these kind of big creators that all of us put on pedestals, that they are themselves missing out on opportunities, right? That there's always more juice in the squeeze. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, obviously, we've gotten tons of emails and messages and all this stuff about people like, oh my gosh, I just had this big aha that I need more customers. You know what I mean? I've got to focus on my customer list. I've got to, stop waiting for sponsorships and productize my knowledge. I've got to do these kinds of things. And that is absolutely the best part of what we do here at Samcard Takeover. So one thing that we like to do every single show, okay, is when you hear us say something that you're like, that's sharp, I got to remember that, okay? If you have a big aha moment yourself, drop it in the chat with hashtag SC. Okay, so drop your big takeaway in the chat with hashtag SC. What we like to do is go back through the chat after these things are over and pick one lucky person who dropped their own big aha in the chat and give away some free stuff. We got some free stuff to give away, right? We've got a membership to our big library of content called Creator U that we can give away a full year of. We've got Samcard's trials and years to give away, things like that. So when you hear us say something that you like, some big aha moment for you personally, drop it in the chat with the hashtag SC.
That is right. All right, so who do we have today, Scott? Who is our... Probably can tell from the thumbnail.
Do you have that thumbnail? This is my favorite thumbnail you have ever made. Absolutely ever made. Jordan, explain, why would you ever put boring AF on a thumbnail?
That is who Codie Sanchez is. She's the boring business lady. She's the laundromat lady. She's the buy a car wash lady. She is the take the unsexy business, the boring business, go buy it and go get some cash flow from it, as opposed to trying to start some new sexy ebook or online course like on Samcard.
Boring businesses creating cash flow from boring as hell businesses. I love it. I love the angle. And as Jordan and I sort of dove in and did research on Codie, you know what I mean? She was new to me. Jordan, you actually had been following her for a little bit based on, you heard her on a podcast or...
Yeah, I heard her on a couple Bitcoin podcasts. I think she was on the Pompiliano, the Pomp podcast there. She's on Instagram. You can find her at Codie Sanchez, but on Twitter she's at Codie_Sanchez. But yeah, she's putting out tons of business content, and her whole angle is she's the contrarian thinker. So she had a huge newsletter, or still has a huge newsletter called Contrarian Thinking, and she's an investor, entrepreneur, and yeah. So what she naturally does is, since she has all this knowledge and she's done this thing, like, her credibility is that I've bought these businesses, I've made millions of dollars from this, I've got real estate and car washes and vending machines and all this stuff. So she has the credibility. So
a very boring empire. Yes, very much.
Yes. But she's doing what we encourage all of our sellers to do. Take your knowledge, take your expertise, and bundle it up into a course, bundle it up into a membership, a mastermind, an ebook, a lead magnet, and that's what she's done. But we're gonna walk through, like, maybe she's not doing it that part the best way, and there's a lot of room for improvement in this one.
Absolutely. So we want to give you guys a quick sneak peek. Okay, we built some stuff for Codie. Again, these are called Samcard Takeover for a reason, right? We are the e-commerce platform for creators. So when we look ahead to what Codie could be doing better, I want to give you guys a sneak peek into the course library that we built for Codie. that is going to be, kind of all of her most popular offers all in one beautiful place that she could link to from social media, from her Instagram bio, from her link tree, wherever, right? And then we have a beautiful single one page right here where Codie, I think, is going to be offering up something brand new and giving her customers the opportunity to add and tack on additional stuff. But we will get more into what this is and what we have built for Codie here in this edition of Samcart Takeover. For now, let's go ahead and dive back in. Jordan, let's start by talking about, where does Codie make her revenue?
Okay, so on the online side of things, she has it. We dove in and kind of like noticed that there was kind of a lot of it's disjointed, and we'll get into that. But her two main, let's call them properties, are her contrarianthinking.com, which is the left side, the website here in red. It's a freebie lead magnet, and then it kind of leads to a $1,500, yes, very boring, a $1,500 yearly membership. And then if you kind of go through the wormhole a little bit, the rabbit hole, and click on a couple buttons, you'll end up taking yourself to unconventionalacquisitions.com, which is the thing on the right here. And that is a bigger, larger mastermind group. The downsell is you can just buy an online course for $679, or the upsell, or the main product, is you can buy the course plus the mastermind for $7,500. I don't know if that's year. I don't know if that's a flat fee.
Enough right there on the spot, right? Is you're already kind of saying like, and we'll kind of map this out a little bit, but here's the problem that we found right off the bat. And we'll get to this in a little bit, right? But again, like Codie, big newsletter, right? She wants everybody to kind of get on her contrarian newsletter. And it's awesome. It's really good. It's nicely laid out. She uses ConvertKit, right? A shout out to ConvertKit, big partners of ours. You got to go multiple steps deep to even find what we're showing you. So it's not readily apparent, where does Codie want me to start? What's the first thing that she wants me to do, right? And then over here, you've got Mastermind 1 on the left. That's $1,500 for the year. And then you've got a course, but also a course plus a Mastermind B that's like at a different price point. It's just, which Mastermind is right for me, right? I don't really know. Like, this is somebody I went in and started reading her stuff, and I get what she's doing. This is what I do. I help this kind of stuff all the time. And even for me, slightly confusing, right? Jordan, did you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, there's also even CodieSanchez.com, which is kind of hidden. So yeah, she has 2.5 digital properties that aren't really clear where to go. I mean, we even mapped it out right here. So if you go to contrarianthinking.com, it takes you to the freebie lead magnet, which is the 28 passive income. Then takes you to
we're kind of moving from top right across, and then we'll do the bottom row. Yeah. So
yeah, exactly.
Up there at the right, top left rather.
Yeah, we're up here. So you get the, pop-up says, hey, typical pop-up, hey, get this free ebook, free course, free template, whatever. You get that, you read that, you open up your email, it takes you to a thank you page. The video, Codie explains, this is what it is, hope you enjoy this. And then she kind of talks a little bit about the mastermind. You scroll down the page, you're reading about playbooks and community, and you're like, okay, cool. And then at the very bottom of the page, it takes you to a $1,500 membership offer for a yearly membership. And then you scroll down a little bit, and it's $500 off coupon. And you're like, okay, so it's $1,000. You actually open up the email, and then you hit the red button that takes you to the ebook. But you go to the ebook and you read it, and there's nothing in that ebook that mentions the $1,500 community. It actually takes you to not acquisitions.com, unconventionalacquisitions.com. So a totally different property, different brand, different. It was just kind of, I don't know. So
it's kind of, here's what it feels like, right? The analogy is, it sort of feels like one of those choose your own adventure books. Remember those things? Where you go and you read your books, but then like, if you took a wrong turn, you died. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it feels like, right?
Yes.
It's like, I gotta back up a couple pages and find out where I took a wrong turn. You know what I mean? When, especially with, and Jordan, I want you to walk through what you're showing here in just a second, but especially with your new subscribers, right? Which I'm imagining Codie probably gets a ton of new newsletter subscribers, right? She's doing a good job of sort of, I want everybody to go there. That's the first step that I want someone to take. But you know what I mean? Like, after that, we always say, if you guys are not right after someone opts into your list or joins a webinar or whatever, giving them something to buy on the spot, right? And again, that's your first date with somebody. You know what I mean? Someone's agreed to go out and get coffee with you. You know what I mean? And now it's your chance to say, hey, listen, I have something for you to buy right there on the spot. Then you're missing out. Codie is doing that, but it's kind of buried. And depending on which way you turn, you might not find your way back to go get the mastermind. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. And then you also toss on top of it the idea that the price point is so high, right?
Hmm.
That very first coffee price point is just really, really, really high. And so again, we'll get into what we think some of the problems are with that. But Jordan, you took a screen capture, you took a Loom video of something that you ran into that you thought was kind of like troubling. What was it?
I did. I took a whole video. And Scott, for people who were just joining us, remind them what the SC hashtag SC in the chat is for.
Yes, here's a great example. Yeah, if you guys hear us say something, a big takeaway, a big aha moment for you, right, then drop it in the chat, followed by the hashtag SC, right, Samcart, SC. Because here's a great one from Ian, right, and we like to go back through, and we've got stuff to give away for people. We're going to pick somebody each video, right? So Ian said, hashtag SC, go multiple steps, newsletter plus course mastermind needs clear offer. Aha, moment to kickstart revenue. Exactly. Right after someone joins your email list, joins a webinar, joins whatever, give them something to buy on the spot every single time. Do not ever let someone join your newsletter without having a very clear call to action to buy something right after it.
All right, so let me show you I took this screenshot video. So this could just be a simple coding issue. It's fine, easy fix. But this is the thank you page. So after you download the freebie lead magnet, you go onto this page right here. You watch the welcome video. This is it. And then, okay, I'm scrolling down, like we said, talking about, okay, here's the offer. And then takes you right down to a yearly membership, $1,500. And okay, I want to join it. I click join. It takes me back up to the top of the page. All right, let's scroll back down. Maybe I did something wrong. I click join, and it takes me to the end of the page. So
it's tough, man. It's
so
tough. And listen, this is like the perfect example of like when you're a creator, man, things get busted. You know what I mean?
I know.
Sometimes you forget buttons. Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like this happens all the time. This is not like some, oh, Codie should know better than this kind of thing. Like, listen, this happens. Okay, I get it, right? Buttons get lost. But it's so important. That's why it's so important to never just make things and go, cool, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Always go back through, experience what your customers are experiencing. I mean, at least once a month, maybe a couple times a month. You know what I mean? You've got to go back through and join your newsletter and read the emails and click the links and make sure everything is still working, right? Because you're talking like when someone joins your newsletter, right? Or something like that, right? For Codie, people who are doing this and joining her newsletter, right after they join that newsletter, they will never be more in the zone to buy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All that's going to happen is over time, they lose interest in you. Maybe you're still interested in Codie, but never as high and as you were right after someone found you for the very first time and they join your email list, right? Always give them something to buy on the spot. And ideally, it should be an easy yes. It should be something that's easy to say yes to. We'll get into this a little bit, right? But not necessarily something, I think $1,000 or $1,500, even if it's yearly cost, is far too high for that very first offer that you should be showing to somebody.
I think so. And with all these multiple steps, this is where you as the seller have to kind of troubleshoot. You're like, okay, no one's buying the $1,500 community when I send them that thank you email.
Well,
why
not,
is that?
right?
And you're like, it could be something simple as like, oh, the link doesn't work. But then you're having to like go scour every step of the funnel to try to figure out, okay, where are we losing customers? Why isn't this working? What could be better?
Big time. Yeah, Elizabeth hit it right on the head, right? So much to distract us once we leave the site. You're right. You know what I mean? You have got to limit the amount of right-hand turns someone can take off of the main path. You know what I mean? You got to handhold someone and take them right from find you on social media, right to that very first offer. They can become a customer.
Perfect. So let's go through our problems as we always go to. Now we kind of give everyone the context of like who Codie Sanchez is, her business. Let's kind of walk through. We have 3 main problems. Problem number 1 is rented space. So she was on Substack, and we'll get into this next slide. This kind of gives it away immediately. Rented space. You don't want to be on rented space. You want to have your own territory, your own customer list, you don't want to have the ability or open up yourself to the vulnerability that you're going to be shut down or canceled or, your channel taken away or your email list or your videos deleted. You don't want any of that. So she even tweeted about this about Substack. So she had she was one of the, I think she's like top 5 Substack accounts.
That's wild.
In existence, over 100,000 readers. And they just shut her down. She might have said something weird in the emails or a little bit, controversial. She is the contrarian thinker. And she's like, yep, we got canceled. We got shut down. My customer list, thankfully, we had it backed up on MailChimp and ConvertKit, but she was out. So Substack was taking 10% of her sales. They were controlling everything, and clearly they have the ability to shut you down at any moment. You don't even control your own audience. Scott, you want to add anything to that?
No, this is perfect. I mean, every time we do one of these creator, the Sam card takeovers, we always, 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 always stress the idea that I want to see if someone can finish this sentence. The most important asset in your business is blank. And I'm going to wait a second because I want to see if anybody drops in the chat. We say this every single freaking week, right? Is that you have got to own your own people, your own audience, right? And what do I mean by that, right? It means you can't just, it's great to have YouTube subscribers. It's great to have Instagram followers. It's great to have Substack subscribers, right? All good, okay? But you've got to realize that at any given moment, someone can just say, bam, you're out of here, okay? For no reason whatsoever, right? If you guys are paying attention, you're following the world. If you're watching what's going on, you know what I mean? You see this kind of stuff play out all day, every day, right? Yeah, like if I was Russian right now, right? There are probably a whole bunch of people who are totally 100% like missing out on, they've got, their income was coming from YouTube subscribers or something like that, right? And that kind of thing can happen to you at the drop of a hat, okay? You say the wrong thing, right? We talked about Julius Dean last week, right? A person on his team does the wrong thing on camera one time, you know what I mean? And his YouTube following, Facebook following could be gone in a second. Okay, so you have got to own your own customer list. That was the fill in the blank, right? Own your own customer list, which means you've got to be able to have email subscribers. You've got to be able to have text message, SMS people. You've got to have physical addresses, right? Samcard is one of the best things about Samcard, right? Is that when someone comes and buys from you, you own that data, okay? To the extent in which you can own someone's data in today's day and age. You know what I mean? But you are not, it's not like what we've talked about, Skillshare or Thinkific or, like all these other places where like you don't get that data, okay? That the Amazon owns your customers, right? Skillshare owns your customers. Substack owns your customers and can say all of a sudden, no way, you're not getting another dime from us at the drop of a hat. And so love that Codie solved this one, right? This is a big problem we see a lot of creators take on, but Codie sort of moved away. She had this experience, right? She got the slap from Substack, right? And has, clearly made prioritizing owning her own customers a big thing for her, in that she's got her own newsletter. You know what I mean? She collects her own email subscribers on her own platform, not does it on Substack, not does it on, just relies on Twitter followers, things like that. Own your own customer list. Big, big, big difference.
Perfect. We had people in the chat. They were getting it exactly right. Customer list, audience list, clients.
Bingo.
Control your own business.
I saw a bunch of hashtag SC takeaways down there. If we say something, it's a big aha for you. Drop it in the chat with hashtag SC. We got free stuff to give away to people who do that. Jordan, problem number 2.
Problem number 2 is the no clear path. So like we just said at the top of the show, she has 2.5 digital properties. She has contrarianthinking.com. She has unconventionalacquisitions.com. And there are just a lot of different offers. There's kind of no straight line. There's like, I don't really know what to do next. Or when you do get on one list, it immediately takes you to what we're calling is the 0 to 60 problem. Right here. So, it's the kind of like, it's the sex on the first date. It's kind of like, or like, let's get married on the first date. You're like, whoa. Like we just met. Like, can it like slow down? To go from a freebie. Hey, I just found out about Codie Sanchez. I heard her on a podcast. I want to go see what she's all about. Let me get her free download. And then boom. How would you like to spend $1,500 for this yearly community and make a yearly membership commitment? You're like, whoa, like, is there something smaller? Is there like a beginner version or something we can do here? Like
the phrase "you could take me out to dinner first seems appropriate. You know what I mean? That's what seems appropriate. Right now, my daughter, my 3-year-old toddler, her favorite movie is Encanto, and so I don't know if anybody's seen that. If you've seen Encanto, okay, give me a shout out in the chat because that's all I've watched.
Type the lyrics in the.
Yeah, type the lyrics. Type the lyrics to all the songs down there in the chat box. But one of my favorite lines from this movie is Disney movies have changed a lot, I think, since like we were like Disney movie age, Jordan. But my favorite thing is there's this guy who like is this romantic, big bravado type, human. And at the end of the movie, he falls in love, right, with the main character's cousin Dolores, right? And they're talking about all this stuff. And he sings like they profess their love to each other and they're like, oh, we finally found each other. And he goes, let's get married. And she goes, whoa, hold on. And like that's the last you hear about them. And I love that so hard because like that's how I feel with situations like this, right? When you first bring someone into your world, right? The opportunity for you to convert someone from not a customer to a customer is enormous, okay? I guarantee you, if your goal is to sell $1,500 a year membership mastermind packages, okay? I guarantee you are going to sell twice as many. if first you ask someone to buy something that's much more reasonably priced, get more customers in your door, and then show them the higher price stuff. And I guarantee you're gonna have so many more people jumping than if that's your first hurdle. You know what I mean? It's kind of like saying, hey, welcome. You know what I mean? Let's get married. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's exactly, that's the question that you're asking somebody. So you're going from 0 to 60, but instead what we see all the time, we talk about this all the time, all kinds of different Samcart takeovers. Go watch older videos. You guys will see exactly what we're talking about, where we have Samcart's top sellers who do 8, 9 figures a year in sales. All of them have easier, low price. The first thing that they're going to ask someone to buy is nice and easy, low price. And by low price, I mean like a couple $100 maximum. You know what I mean? Like all the way down to $1. Like we have a lot of our top customers, they sell stuff that's like $1 and they just do that all day, every day. That's the first thing they want someone to buy, right? And then you'll sell more, right? The idea is I still want to sell my $1,500 mastermind coaching, whatever kind of stuff like that. You will sell more of those things by giving the new folks in your world something easier to bite on and then let them ascend. It is so much easier, okay, to sell a customer, even if they've just paid you a little bit, right? So much easier to sell that person up than it is to start up there, right? You made the analogy, Jordan, last week about it's like having a ladder, but
yeah. It was like having a ladder where you cut out the bottom rungs and you just have like, there's no rungs and then there's like the 4th rung up there and you're like, okay, climb, go, you got it.
You got it. Climb on up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, what's funny? I was doing some research about this earlier this morning, and so we were talking about there's an awesome study. It was from the National Law Review of all things, but their thing was right that your customer, okay, should be worth 10 times what they initially, like their initial order value from you. So if someone spends $50, okay, you should be able to reasonably, on average, collect $500 from every customer that pays you $50. Right?
Oh, I like that.
You do it over the time period, right? So if you're not doing that, you know what I mean? If you're just going right for the top rung of the ladder, you know what I mean? You are missing out on an enormous opportunity to get more customers in your world and then give them easy opportunities to buy more stuff, right? And reap the rewards that way. That is exactly what Samcart is set up to do. And it's a massive, massive opportunity for creators that want to take that one seriously.
We had Wesley Smith write out. He says, I could see having more than one website for SEO reasons, but shouldn't the sale be linked at the shopping cart location?
Ooh, Wesley,
on
you're
it.
Speaking my love language, my man. Stay tuned.
Awesome.
I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, the answer is yes.
Yep. So it's too fast. Need a smaller product. And talking more about like no clear path. Like I look at that $1,500 product and I say, is that it? Is that the only option? Is there any other way? Is there any other option that I can do? And the answer so far, or from a customer's perspective, is no, not at this time.
Definitely. I like Dana's metaphor here, right? She said it's like the first bite of a Pringle. You're not going to eat just one. And that's exactly right. That is exactly right, right? The idea is to get someone to know, like, and trust you with some amount of money, right? And then it's a heck of a lot easier to ask for more.
Perfect. Ready for problem number 3, Scott?
E-commerce. This is a very common thread, something we see all the time, okay? But as creators grow, okay, businesses always get more complex, not less complex, okay? Your business will never be simpler than it is like the day you start. It's just not how it works, you know what I mean? And so if you follow Codie's stuff around the internet, you're gonna see she's selling like 7 or 8 different things, you know what I mean? If you kind of dig deep enough, you find a bunch of different courses, masterminds, whatever. And she's using like 6 or 7 different platforms to sell them, right? Which means her students are logging into multiple different locations to check stuff out. It means she and her team have got to go in multiple different locations to get their numbers, and they got to track their reports and add everything up. And maybe they're probably trying to pipe data back to like a single dashboard somewhere, right? But it's just duct tape e-commerce. Your stuff is all over the place, which means inevitably you have multiple, like an exponential number of places where things can fail and your customers don't get what they want or your team can't help them, right? There's just so many different ways that this can go wrong. And so you don't get a clear picture of how you're growing. You don't get it. You know, it's tough to scale. It's tough to manage this kind of growth. It's tough to introduce a team to this, you know what I mean? And you really, your last point, Jordan, you can't make strategic decisions when this is how your business is operating.
Yeah, if from the earlier with no clear path, that's more of a customer side. That's more of a customer issue. But for problem number 3 here, this is operations. This is your business.
Yeah, this is internal. Yep.
This is you're at the all hands meeting, sitting around going, okay, we made this much money this week. How do we improve? What are we seeing? What are the trends? Where did our traffic come in from this week? How did those ads do this week? What's the conversion rate on this particular sales page and why? And the answer would be, okay, I had to log into 6 different dashboards. I have to like API, Zapier, connect them all together, and have my custom coder make a custom Excel spreadsheet and say, here's all the data combined. I think, and I think this is what your courses did this week, and you're just kind of left in the dark a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah. And so, again, if I can steal the show for a hot second, right? Like, let's bring this back up. I'm just going to tease out again, like when you're dealing with Samcart, when you're dealing with a tool that's like all of your e-commerce in one spot with all the right features to help your customers ascend and spend more money, all that kind of stuff. This is what you get. You get a unified place where you can showcase what you have, okay, and let your customers click in and say, "Cool, I want to learn more about that one product." Come to individual sales pages that convert higher, that convince people to buy one product at a time while giving people intelligent ways to buy more stuff along the way. And then the really coolest part is, again, maybe I'll bring up a dashboard here in just a second, but you get one single dashboard, one place of truth, you know what I mean, to track your business. Everybody can log into the same place. You can help all your customers in one spot. You know what I mean? Just your whole business, your whole existence is just easier than ever, right? When you have one unified location to run your business and have your e-commerce engine in one location.
Perfect. All right, so let's kind of give a couple solutions. So we talked about no clear. So our solution for number 1 is to have a clear path forward. So you have a lower ticket offer, something where you can say, hey, $20, $50, you can get them in the door. Because Scott, you know this, there is a distinct difference between a freebie seeker and someone who has got the credit card out and it's paid. Even $1, the
Absolutely.
mindset, the relationship is completely different.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, like if you had 100 people opt into your newsletter, right? Like Codie has right here, and you showed them a $1,500 a year offer, right? Paid up front. You are probably going to get, honestly, you're probably going to get maybe 1 out of 100, maybe. I mean, honestly, it's probably half of 1%. You know what I mean? 1 out of 200 people might make the jump at that, right? And say, cool, I'm ready to take the leap. I don't want to say somebody's crazy, you know what I mean? Because you have somebody who probably loves Codie, has probably followed them for a while, you know what I mean? But in general, that person is an outlier, you know what I mean? But if instead, in front of all those 100 subscribers, you put, even like a $100 offer, right? Something else, something smaller, something bite-sized, relatively bite-sized, right? You probably have 5 to 6% take it, right? 5 to 6 out of 100 are going to go ahead and buy. Those other newsletter subscribers, you follow up with a couple emails and you probably convert another 3 or 4%, right? Let's just say you get 10 out of 100, okay, to buy something for $100, and now they're excited. You've gotten $1,000 in revenue. Congratulations to you, right? And then how many do you think you'd be able to convert out of those 10? How many, if you said, hey, listen, I've got this thing, it's $1,500 a year, come try it out, right? I bet you'd be able to grab at least 1 out of 10, maybe more. You might even get more. You might get 2.
And now you're not wasting your time on those other 90 people that just wanted the $100 product. Now you can say like, hey, these people have shown a lot of interest. They paid up front, and now like this is what they want. So as opposed to the 90 freebie seekers.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know what? The idea here is you want more customers. That's all you want. You want more customers. A bigger customer list means you have got more people who know, like, and trust you with their money. And I don't care if that money is like literally $1. You know what I mean? Like, you've got more customers. So I think instead of the first thing Codie's showing people is $1,500, I think we should bring that down. I think it should be $100 at maximum, right? And show somebody something like that. We've got something we can showcase here in just a little bit that we've built on Samcart to kind of show Codie what that looks like. But bring down the barrier to entry. Bring it down lower, right? Give your newest folks something easy to say yes to, and you will reap the rewards in a major, major way.
And then this lower part where we say like, what is next, or what can I buy next? Like you can show these higher offers to them in the process. You can say like, hey, thanks for buying this $100 product. Also, we have these other products. You can do something like you can send them to the course library and say, hey, Thanks for buying. If you're interested in other stuff, here's what I have. This is for
Here's where you
more
go.
advanced. This is for more advanced people. These are
Yep.
for people who are making over 6 figures. These are for newbie beginners. So like you give them, like, show them the path. Show them like this is what you can expect over the next 6 months while working with me or being a customer of mine.
And we will showcase this in just a second, but that's the other benefit, you know what I mean, is like because of what we do here at Samcart, you actually can let people buy things easier than ever. You know what I mean? Your customers don't have to go back through and buy something else. We're going to show you guys how you can actually have people buy things using their credit card or PayPal account on file. And when you take away the friction for buying stuff, customers will flood in and pay you more money, right? And it's just the absolute wildest thing. We'll showcase that in just a bit.
And we're dancing around this, Scott, but you can take the slide for bring it under one house.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, and again, I'm going to go ahead. I want to showcase a Samcart dashboard here, Jordan. So I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah, sure.
Let me bring up,
folks, we're 34 minutes into the show. If you have watched this far, type 34 in the chat or 34 in the comment section. And if this is your first time watching the Samcart Takeover, subscribe here for more, hit the bell, get notified. We're here every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And now we're at the Samcart dashboard. So this is what we're talking about, like all in one.
This is a dashboard. This is a test dashboard, you know what I mean? But imagine having one place, one unified location where you log in, you're going to see all your sales statistics. You've got a live feed over here on the right of all the orders you've placed. You can open up any of these orders and see exactly what the customer bought. You can check out their subscriptions and change their subscription dates. You can resend the receipts. You can make new products. You can roll out all kinds of stuff, but you've just got all of your dashboards, all of your integrations. Everything runs from one simple place. Okay, so that means regardless whether someone checks you out on Twitter and comes in and buys, or social media, or you've got a repeat customer coming back to buy something else, you know what I mean? It's all in one spot. All the numbers you need in one awesome place. You can see where your traffic is coming from. You can just having a unified dashboard is going to change the game for you guys, and that is exactly what Samcart is built to do.
Perfect. Anything else to add to the bring it under house? Because now we're ready for the Samcart demo to show what Codie's page would look like on Samcart.
Exactly. There is nothing like bringing it under one house more than this right here. Okay, so this is Samcart has a tool called the Courses app. It's built into every single Samcart account, but it's an awesome place where you guys can create like password protected members areas. Okay, where you guys can deliver digital downloads. You can live stream, like coaching calls and things like that. You can deliver online courses, right? But we built this to just sort of showcase in Codie's world, you know what I mean? Like, what could this look like? Okay, we have a couple of Codie's products here. We sort of invented a fake one that she doesn't actually sell called the $1,000 weekend. But we talked about the idea of how can we bring down the barrier to entry and all those new newsletter subscribers she's getting every day, probably by the hundreds, maybe even the thousands per day, right? Let's show them something that's like $100, not $1,500, okay? And so, customers could go to one place. You could link to this, training library, which again, Jordan, we can actually put the link to this and have people go check this out as well.
Yeah, check it out. We put it in the chat.
Did you drop it in the chat?
No, yeah, you go for it. Go for it.
I have dropped it in the chat. Go check it out. You guys can go check this out. This is our example library, essentially, right? But someone can come here, or you can send them right to the page to learn about the $1,000 weekend, right? But imagine a world where all those new newsletter subscribers are being taken to learn about this fictional course, the $1,000 weekend, right? Based off of one of Codie's most popular YouTube videos of all time. Very cool video. But someone could come here, check this out. Very, very easy sales page where someone could be spending. Again, this is, let me remove these things here. We priced it at $99. You know what I mean? Codie's one of these people that uses the sevens at the end of price points and stuff like that. If any of you guys out there think that there's magic about the number that your price ends in, if you think it's 0, you think it's 7, you think it's 9, we can actually definitively say from Samcart's database that there is 0 difference between
Doesn't matter.
What prices are. Absolutely 0. We have run a massive, massive split test about that. Does not matter. So anyway, we chose 9. But let's actually go to this page. Jordan, maybe you can share this one more time. I'm going to place a test order and showcase just how powerful having the right features are for making you more money. Okay, so we talked about the idea of how important it is to make sure that you have a cheaper price point, right? Something that your customers can go in there and check out, and you're going to get more customers in the door, right? Let me just plug in like fake info here. And then I'm going to plug in our test credit card number, which is just 424242 stuff.
Yeah, everyone watching, you can go on this page and do a test order. Just use the credit card number 4242 repeated. You can send it to your own email address. You can see, and you can kind of walk through like what a customer would see. You won't be charged, promise.
Exactly right. No money is charged at all because it's in test mode when you see this banner. Very cool
Hmm.
feature inside of Samcart. But and then over here, right? You can showcase your other products and let customers buy it using one simple checkbox. Okay. So someone comes in here and says, "Cool, I want unconventional acquisitions." It's one of Codie's other kind of like front end products, right? Still expensive, still $700, right? But someone can add it using one little checkbox. So all of a sudden, you could have a $100 order turn into $798 in revenue, right? Because you're giving your customers the opportunity to spend more. Okay. And these
Hmm.
order bumps right here on Samcart, you can add multiple of these. We are the only place online that lets you do that. They convert between 35 and 37%. So 35 to 37% of your customers are willing and able to buy more. You're just not letting them right now because you don't have the tools you need, right? So
Yep.
because we make it that easy, look how simple this is. I'm going to go ahead and click enroll. And then what you're going to see next is Samcart's auto enroll technology. Okay. So customers have just bought. I'm
Oh,
going to
first we got the upsell page. I forgot
got a
about.
one-click upsell page. I forgot about that. So, Jordan, tell the people, what are we showing here? What are we offering them?
So this is where I would place her $1,500 community membership. This is
Great.
after you have shown intent. You put your credit card in. You say, "Hey, I want to buy this $100 product. Not a freebie product, a $100 product." And then that's when you say, "Hey, I also have this $1,500 membership. Would you want to join the membership?" And your credit card's already punched in. Your email address is already punched in. All you have to do is click join
One button.
community, and
Yep.
you're in, and it'll book you, and it'll, I think on a yearly basis, it will bill you at $1,500 without you
Exactly.
having to do anything, having to send a reminder email, or you can say no thanks. And
Crazy powerful. Adding one of these one-click upsells, of which you can add multiple. You can do money. You can do upsells and downsells. Very, very nice feature in here. That's an extremely popular one for Samcart. Adding one of these pages to your current checkout process can increase what your customer spends by an average of 78%. Okay, 78% on average is how much higher your customer value goes by adding one of these pages. So powerful. I'm
and
gonna go
Scott,
ahead. Yeah, go
Scott,
ahead.
real quick, like let's kind of back up, folks, like to remember why we're doing this, why we're here. Because if you wanted to buy all four of these products on this page, even the fictional one, you would have to go to her AppSumo page, her Squarespace page, her WordPress page, her
Exactly.
Kartra page. You have to go all these different apps to find all these different products, and or jump on the right email list or buy the right lead magnet. And instead, like we put it all together, all in one house where she can see all her products in one, manage all her products in one, and then also manage all her customers in one place. Like this is
Yep.
why we're here. This is why we've consolidated it and made the buying process so much simpler.
Exactly. Yeah. My guess is with what we just showed right there, I'm guessing that Codie would probably sell, I don't know, at least 50% more people into her monthly membership thing, and I wasn't paying attention, so I mistyped the password. But as a new customer, I will choose a password here after the order is placed, after the money is done, and I am right into the members area, right? If I came back and bought again, I don't even see that. I just go right into the members area. I have exactly what I bought right there on the spot. And so I bought the $1,000 weekend. I added the unconventional acquisition as an order bump, and then I can dive right in and start going through my content, right?
Hmm.
And like I said before, right, it doesn't stop there. We showed you guys order bumps. We showed you guys one-click upsells. But look at these blue boxes right here. These are called course cross-sells. And it's where someone can come back into, while they're going through your content, right, while they're back here going to go watch some lessons or, check out some of your digital content, you can actually showcase other things that you have available for someone to buy. And if I go ahead and actually, I want to open up my email inbox and show, oh, it's not going to log me out. Hold on one second. Because I want to showcase the sort of buying using your credit card on file deal that we have going on here. So Jordan, give me 1 second. Let me just get into that inbox here really quick.
Yeah, no problem. Man, we still got
Alrighty.
56 people watching. This is amazing. I'll answer some. If you have some questions, folks, any questions, drop it in the chat. We're happy to answer it about your
Absolutely.
business, starting an online business, creating a
Yep.
course, selling an ebook. Let's answer one question. Are order bumps and upsell pages an extra paid feature on
They
Samcart?
are
Sorry, I missed that.
included. They are included in Samcart Grow, Scale, and Enterprise. So we have three main plans: Launch, Grow, and Scale. Right? They're available on Samcart Grow. It is the easiest yes on the planet. Samcart Grow is definitely our most popular product. Or definitely our most popular plan. It is something that I'm telling you, add one of those order bumps to your checkout process and stop selling like onesie transactions, right? One and done transactions, we call them. You stop doing that tomorrow, and SamCart is going to pay for itself 5 times over in your first week. You know what I mean? Like, it is unbelievable what happens when you have the right features in your toolbox. And so
Dana's got it right.
another one of these awesome features, right? So now I'm here, I'm a new student, I'm going through the $1,000 weekend. And just like we said before, right? What do? We're selling something cheaper on the front end to get more customers in the door so that I have more bites at the apple to make them ascend and go buy my higher price stuff, right? Well, that's exactly what you can do back here, right? Show other products and offers and stuff that you have for sale, and your customers can click unlock now. SamCart emails them a 6-digit code, which let me go grab said 6-digit code from my inbox in a different screen here. Waiting, here we go, copy, paste.
And this is all one login. Your credit card is already on file.
Exactly. We are using saved credit cards here to make buying that much easier for your customers. So now I see, cool, Visa ending in 4242. I click complete purchase, and all of a sudden I am going to be charged for this new thing I've just bought. Maybe I'm selling my mastermind. Maybe I'm selling other courses I have. Maybe I'm selling a consultation call where someone's going to buy and then head over and go check out, get on a new client call with me. But I click here, and all of a sudden I have a brand new training unlocked there on the spot. So you have an opportunity. Every new customer you put in, right, is a new opportunity for someone to go spend 5, 7, 10 times more money, right, on their own passively without you having to do a thing, because you have the right features in your toolbox, right? That is the most powerful stuff that we have going on right now. And the feature we just showed you right there, the course cross-sells feature, is just the newest tool in a slew of them that is here to make you guys more money from what you're doing. Incredibly powerful, super, super exciting what we see SamCart customers doing with that.
Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite part because it just brings everything in-house. Like, the problem, imagine if this was not on SamCart, you would have to have 3 different logins. You would probably have to have the e-commerce login. You'd have to have your credit card on one place, and then they send you over to, through some integration Zapier, they'd send you over to the course, and then you have to have a course student email. Whereas now you can just have your credit card, your student account, your courses all in one place.
Love that. Yeah, big time. Yeah, perpetual selling, said Dana with hashtag
Yes.
SPE, and said 70 plus order revenue increases by offering order bumps. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, Elizabeth said, cross sells are like bonuses. Absolutely, right? It's such an easy way. You're just getting out of your customer's way. You're letting your customers who are excited and want to spend more, you're giving them the opportunity to go spend more. So you're stopping the one and done transactions. You know what I mean? Do not be a one and done transaction business. You have got to give your customers opportunities to open up the wallet and go spend more, because the truth is you have a huge segment of your audience that is excited and willing and ready to go spend more money if you just give them easy opportunities to make that happen.
Yeah, you could even discount your public products inside of a course cross-sell. Like, you'd have your
huge discount, right?
Yeah,
on
just
my
like,
website,
hey,
this is $500, right? Back there is a course cross-sell. You can save 30%, right? And chop that down.
Let's make it a nice little bonus. Like, thanks for being a customer.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
All right, let's wrap the show out with some takeaways. My first takeaway number 1, is to keep it simple. Just all the multiple steps, the multiple funnels, the lead magnet to this, to that, to the thank you page, to there's so much that could go on. And and even all the e-commerce apps that she's using, all the courses apps that she's using, something is bound to go wrong. Something like we just saw, that button that was going to take me to be a customer was broken. And you would have never known that. And you would be searching every single step of your funnel to try to find, where are we losing customers? Why isn't this converting? What is going wrong? Okay, they converted, but they didn't enroll into the course. They didn't take the course. And then they didn't, there's like, what do you like? Just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Man. Keep it simple. Absolutely. Yeah. You guys should have one main entry point. You want to funnel all of your people towards like one first introductory action, right? For Codie, she's chosen that as her newsletter, right? And I think that's great. I think that's awesome. You know what I mean? Get more subscribers. You're building an audience that you own and control, right? We talked about that earlier. But if you do that, just make sure that right after someone joins, and I mean right after, you are giving somebody an opportunity to become a customer, okay? Getting freebie seekers is cool, okay? Getting a customer is worth honestly, I keep raising this number. We talk about this all the time. At some point, Jordan, in the near future, I'm going to say like one customer is worth 1,000 freebie seekers. But for now, we'll just stick with the number of like, I would take one paying customer, even if that's like $5, okay, over 25 email subscribers that are just there to get something for free, right? Push people towards something easy to say yes to, some low ticket, easy to say yes to offer. Get more customers in your world, and you will be shocked at how many of them continue up the ladder and continue to go buy all of the other stuff that you have to sell them.
Takeaway number 2, Scott, a clear offer.
A clear offer, clear eyes, full hearts. Sam Card e-commerce, right? Take it to the bank. The idea there is a clear offer is we're trying to do what I just said. You know what I mean? You want to make it very clear. Everybody that comes in contact with you for the first time, whether it's on social media, whether it's on your website, right? They're asking themselves, what do I do next? You know what I mean? And that exploration phase is uncomfortable, okay? Don't expect, a lot of people want people to just, hey, here's 18 links and I want you to go check out everything that I do, right? Have a ball, right? Well, to your visitors, to your people who don't know you that well yet, that's not exciting, okay? It's overwhelming, and that's where you lose people, okay? You have got to hold someone's hand and say, listen, this is what I want you to do first, right? You're interacting with somebody on Instagram, the first link in your bio or the first link in your link tree, you know what I mean? The first link under your YouTube videos, description, whatever, right? It's got to go right to one place. It's got to be like, hey, everyone, thanks for checking me out. This is where you get started. You get started right here, right now. Let's do this, and make it super clear for people on how to move forward with you and your brand.
That's it, man. That's all I got. Scott, I'm going to send you a link, and I want to show the world, I want everyone to go to this link right here. If you're watching this Sam Card Takeover and you registered, thank you so much. We have the next link for next week's event to know when we're going live, to know what the details are. It's going to be here at Luma. This link right here. So it's in the chat, and Scott, you want to open up? Let me know when you got that page open.
Oh, sorry. You want me to open it up? My bad. I was like,
yeah, excuse me. You're good. You're good.
You know how to drop it in there. It's fine. Okay, hold on. Coming up. And bring it on over.
Here we go, folks. So you go to this page right here. You register for the Sam Card Takeover Live. All you gotta do is drop your email, and you'll get notified when we go live, and you'll be sent the YouTube link directly. You can register for just one event. You can register for all of the events upcoming, but you'll always receive an email, so you'll never forget. And we'll even afterwards send you a playback so you can watch it on your own time in case you missed the live. Things happen. But it's in the chat here. Go to, I always want to say out the link. I don't know why I keep wanting to say the link out loud, but yeah, it's right there in the chat. Thanks for watching, folks. And it's as simple as that.
Drop in the chat, guys. Hey, if there's something you want a big takeaway, there's somebody that a rather different question. If there's somebody, a creator that you guys want to see us break down, drop their name in the chat down below. We love cycling back through after we hop off and checking out who you guys want to see us break down. Where do you guys want to see us go? If you want us to take a look at how a creator is monetizing their business and give them advice on how to do it better, drop their name down in the chat. But for all of you guys who have joined us here today, my name is Scott Moran, the co-founder here at SamCard. With me, as always, is Jordan P. Anderson. Thank you guys for watching this edition of SamCard Takeover, and we will see y'all next week. Be good.